whether you want to or not, you come from a legacy of boycotts. You come from a
Yes.
legacy of freedom fighters. That's what you come from, right? We all come from it. Whether we want to represent it, whether an individual black person wants that to be
Their identity,
right, or not, that's what you come from. What up, ladies and gentlemen? We in the building.
See us.
In the building.
You know?
Like, in the building.
Not on two separate screens.
Not on two separate screens.
Yeah.
I'm Adam Butler. That's Paul Spann.
Paul Blackman Spann actually in the building.
2 to 2.
The MSR Pod in the building.
In the building. First time in 2026 we've been in the studio,
in the building
man.
Edition.
Yo, feeling good, man. This is a good day. And
Wonderful day.
Absolutely. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about Jamal Bryant and the Target protests.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about how far you should go for your kid's mom. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Just be patient. You'll understand.
Rock with
Okay.
us.
And then we're going to talk about when you should let go of your gear.
And them sneaks you got on them 9.5 Air Maxes you wearing. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
time to let them go.
Grow up.
We're going to get right to it right after this.
Yeah.
Okay, man, ladies and gentlemen, listen, a lot has been going on since the last time we were on air. We haven't talked about this much on the show, P.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't really talked about the Target boycott.
We didn't cover it, really. Yeah.
We didn't cover it. It's been going on for quite a while. It is still going on, or at least we think it's still going on.
Mm-hmm.
Pastor Jamal Bryant, who was a big figure in a part of the protest, we'll explain it in a second, has deemed it over. Okay. And there's a lot of uproar about this. There's a lot of uproar, right? But I want to start at the beginning because we have not talked about the Target boycott. Mm-hmm. Where were you on that?
Come on, man. Cool, man. Cool, man.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
So,
yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, man, you know, we've talked about multiple things, and something I've been learning over the years, obviously, affecting people's their commerce, affecting their money, affecting that element of resources, always somewhat of an effective tool. Mm-hmm. And everyone has been learning over the years how much consumerism that we do as the African American community. So I'm all for raging against systems. I'm all for raging against those things that aren't always in our favor, even if it does inconvenience me. So I was all for the Target boycott. It didn't bother me. I wasn't one of those. I'm still going to Target. I'm not going to tell anyone else what they should do.
Yeah,
I was for it personally. And I'll tell you, one thing about myself in Target later on, but go ahead.
Oh, God. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, I'm not anti-boycott. I'm obviously, I was down with it. I will admit that we might have buckled on it a little earlier than you, for sure.
Right.
But my wife and I were in the thick of it and strong. I was proud of her. Honestly, I was proud of her. My wife is like the Target queen.
Yes.
She bought my daughter a Target gift, like shopping cart.
Right. Hilarious.
Like my daughter has a Target shopping cart that she walks around the house with. I think it's ridiculous.
Right.
Okay, but
she should kick it over now.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's like, why would you buy her? Anyway, she has this thing. So my wife loves Target. She's doing Black History Month thing at Target, all this and that.
Yeah.
I think around the holidays, I think that's when it became a little tough, and it was kind of like some things I got, we have to get from Target. It's just
right.
And whatever. But I always had confusion about the boycott.
Right.
Not just off the strength of just boycotting it. So my confusion didn't affect my boycott. Right. It didn't affect my boycott. It didn't affect me. I didn't need to know a whole lot to go, all right, well, we're not shopping at Target. But I wasn't quite sure what were the demands.
Right, exactly. What the end goal was supposed to be.
Right. Was the end goal to put Target out of business? Fine. Was the end goal to have Target meet certain demands, which it turns out that's what it was.
Right.
DEI demands. By the way, the boycott started over ending their DEI initiative.
Exactly.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And that's a fair thing to do. That's a 100% fair thing to do.
Yeah.
I just whenever there's a large boycott, and I'm always down, okay, I always wonder what is the plan. For example, there were black businesses that worked with Target, right?
Exactly.
And a lot of those black business owners came out and said, okay, but what about my business? Most of my SKUs come from Target. And a lot of people were very dismissive of them.
And that's wild.
Wild. But
because that is something to consider with amongst everything else that's going on. Obviously, our feelings, obviously the first part of hearing something dismantled, it's shocking. You know what? It's kind of like when the what's that guy that owned the Clippers?
Donald Sterling.
When the Donald Sterling thing happened and we were rapping about it and you had made a comment to to not, you didn't make a comment to be calm. You were like, I'm pretty sure the Players Association, I know because Chris Paul is involved, they're going to do something. You know what I'm saying? And and some people were upset with that.
Right.
Because they figured that it was like not brash enough or not harsh enough. So I think sometimes when certain things happen, we get that way, not considering everything, because they did actually, showcase certain black businesses, and there are black businesses in there. So there's something to consider.
It definitely is something to consider. And so we black, right? We come from, whether you want to or not, you come from a legacy of boycotts. You come from a legacy of freedom fighters. That's what you come from, right? We all come from it. Whether we want to represent it, whether an individual black person wants that to be
their identity
or not, that's what you come from. Whether you're Candace Owens or the blackity blackest military man you could think of.
My son General.
Yeah. Yes. But whether you my son or whether you Candace Owens, your legacy is that, right? And so most black people, we tend to lean back, because culturally it's in our culture. We tend to lean back on protests, on boycott, because we all grew up learning. Yes, we all grew up learning about the Montgomery bus boycotts. We all grew up learning about Black Panthers. We all grew up learning about people that fought the system on some level, right? Whether it was on the MLK level or whether it was on the Black Panther Party level, right? And most people can't distinguish between the two. And most people are ignorant about the two, right? Most people are very ignorant about what the Black Panther Party was doing. Most people are very ignorant about what Martin Luther King and SNCC and different organizations were doing, right?
Still are.
Yeah, some people are overly critical of what Dr. King and them were doing, saw it as weak. Some people see the Black Panther Party as extra radical, and I don't want to go there, when the truth lies in the middle on both.
Directly in the middle.
Right? So when you think about the Montgomery bus boycott, that's a radical thing to do, but it had a clear end goal. We want the buses desegregated, period, point blank, right? I think with the Target boycott, because there was multiple leadership happening, right? You got Jamal Bryant's wing, and then you have, and I just looked this up. Forgive me for having my phone out. Y'all straight. Y'all don't worry about my phone. Nikema Levy Armstrong, Malik Colors Doty. I hope I'm saying it right. Out of Minnesota, and Jelani Hussein. If I said anybody's name wrong, I seriously apologize. Out of Minnesota, okay, they started the Target boycott. Okay,
right.
Pastor Jamal Bryant had a Target fast happening.
Okay.
In congruency with Lent.
What they had going on.
Okay. With congruency with Lent. But they kept it going.
Right.
Where things got muddy is Jamal Bryant became the face of the protests. Okay. These names I just read, again, and I hope I'm not saying them wrong.
Right.
Nikema Levy Armstrong.
Right.
Monique Colors Doty, okay. Black Lives Matters, Minnesota, and Jelani Hussein, out of Minnesota, started the protests, okay? They started the protest.
Did they even link up with Pastor Bryant? Like how?
No.
How did that even happen?
No.
How did that come about?
The things got mixed up.
Right.
Pastor Bryant had a fast going on.
Okay, I think I remember that.
Okay, and Pastor Bryant was working with, and I'm going to get those names in a moment, okay?
Right.
So there was confusion happening, and I think that's what happens. We'll talk about Pastor Bryant in a moment, okay? Because I do have my thoughts on Jamal Bryant, okay? But just to talk about protests in general and whether this protest remains a success or was a success.
Right.
I think that's what the problem is whenever we have a larger movement within the black community, whether it be the Black Lives Matter movement or any movement, anything that happens, whatever we need to galvanize, there's a lot of confusion. And I'm not sitting here saying, P, that I got the answers on how to deliver a message to the larger black community. I'm not even sure one of the greatest orators and communicators in human history, Dr. Martin Luther King, was able to communicate to every black person and have every black person agree with him. Right. I'm pretty certain that wasn't the case.
We know it wasn't.
Right. So that's not a knock on any of these three people that started this protest or anybody that starts a thing. But I think where people got confused once you started hearing people come out and saying like, well, wait a minute, I've been selling my clothes in Target. I've been selling my books in Target. Yes, you sitting here, when I say this, you tell me, well, go work with this bookstore, go work with that bookstore. Well, one, I can't. My sales aren't as high. And then people thought.
And it's a process.
And it's a process, but that's what I'm saying. So what was the plan for these people, and what was the plan for people that wanted to just boycott Target?
Right.
And so it is a difficult, so I don't envy them, because it's a difficult thing. And if you're them in Minnesota, right, who started this out of goodwill, and then Pastor Bryant just jumps in it and turns it into a national thing, and now Pastor Bryant is doing interviews about it. Pastor Bryant's on CNN. Pastor Bryant's talking to this legislator. Pastor Bryant is talking to the CEO of Target or the PR team from Target or whatever. And then one day Pastor Bryant wakes up for whatever reason and goes, we're good now, standing in front of a Target sign. It says that our demands have been met, when some of those demands have not been met.
Right. When
one of the demands he listed, which was a dedication of a certain amount of money, okay, to I think to like black community or something, like HBCUs or something. We're gonna work with HBCU. It's something they had already said they were going to do, because they were already catching heat for dumping DEI when the Trump administration, in the early days of the Trump administration.
Right.
So that's why this stuff is hard to do.
Yeah, and I think even figuring out what measure of success you would have to know what were the quantifying measures to begin with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like if here we are now, and no shade to Pastor Bryant. I don't know what his actual motives are. I don't know. It could be 100% pure. What I do know is that when people begin to get elements of the spotlight, and when people know how to make things work in their favor and how to progress self while doing something. And I'm not saying that this is the exact case in that matter, but what I'm saying is the other people started something. He attached himself onto it, and obviously he has a much larger name. So the people are more attracted to that, because it just makes the whole cycle keep spinning.
Yeah,
it makes the whole attention cycle keep spinning. It makes all those things. And who's to say? I don't know if Pastor Bryant can speak for the other people in saying what is to be ended now.
Well, clearly he can't. He started this with Tamika Mallory and Nina Turner.
Okay.
Okay, Pastor Bryant. Right. Okay, Pastor Bryant. I don't hate Pastor Bryant. I don't. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not trying. I don't know him. You know what I mean? I never attended his church. I know. But I do remember something very specific with Pastor Bryant. I remember the Freddie Gray thing in Baltimore. And I remember all of the protests and, I'm trying to think of the right word here, resistance.
Right.
That was going on in Baltimore. And I know for a fact that some of the people in Baltimore felt like he stepped in the last minute and tried to soften the stance that some of the people in Baltimore had, or tried to represent a softer stance, and became immediately the face of resistance in Baltimore. And there is a clip. I'm not going to play it, but maybe I will. There's a clip of a gentleman telling passed the battle. Passed the battle.
Pastor Bryant.
Pastor Bryant. I passed the battle.
Yeah.
Shouts to Pastor Battle.
Just a little slip up.
Yeah, a little slip up, bro. My bad. Pastor Bryant to leave Baltimore. It's a viral clip. It's that most people have seen this clip.
Right.
It's the dude in his face basically telling him, "We don't want you in Baltimore. Leave Baltimore." And he was in Atlanta 2 years later. Okay. I'm not saying that's right or wrong.
Right.
I think these things get murky, Paul.
I agree.
You know, when you're trying to, because and again, we all seen movies, we've all read books, we've all read about how the guys from SNCC would be all up in Dr. King and them face. We all know how Malcolm differed with Martin, and we all know how even fractions within the Black Panther Party differed with each other. Okay, so this is what it is, and by no means am I comparing Pastor Bryant to any of these people or myself or anybody. I'm just trying to say these things get difficult. I've had my own back and forth with BLMDC.
Yeah.
Okay, we've had people on. We just had Erica Totten on a few episodes back, and as much as I love, and Erica would tell me like there's little small things that she and I probably disagree on, but what I know is that she does the work
100%.
So the coalition, in order to avoid situations like this,
right?
I think people need to be more transparent, and I think that it's even more difficult to be transparent with the larger public, but you must be transparent with the larger public. I'm going to use one more example, P, and it's one I've been using for years, all right? Colin Kaepernick.
Right.
Okay? I was definitely down with what Colin Kaepernick did, okay? But I understood how things would get lost and how it would become more of a football issue than a civil rights issue, right? How if you don't talk, it's real easy to say, yeah, bro, but your last 2 seasons in the NFL weren't that great, and that's why you got benched, and that's why when now that you don't play no more, nobody's giving you a tryout, when we all know that's not true.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
But his mouthpieces were Ebro and his girlfriend. I'm not sure if he's married to her yet. But I don't want to mix that up. I don't want to disrespect anybody. But I felt like they needed to be more front-facing with the message, and they need to bombard people with the message. It's what I hate. I'm not trying to compliment the Trump administration, but it's what they're good at. They blitz you with information.
Right.
Even if it's misinformation, disinformation, nonsense, they blitz you. They're constantly in your face. So with something like this, I feel like, and I'm a rambling dog, but I feel like they should be blitzing you with information and letting you know what's going on. Yeah, sorry.
With that being said, so do you think that it was a lack of overall, like more talking points from the original 3 that started it, or do you think it was the fact that Pastor Bryant just came in and overshadowed them?
I think it's that Pastor Bryant came in and overshadowed them, and I no, I'm not going to blame the original 3 at all.
Right.
They're not Pastor Bryant.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
But
so this is unfortunate.
In the same vein of you saying that the communication, like maybe they needed to do their best to speak up more.
No, I don't know how much they spoke up. So that's why I want to be careful. Okay. And I'm glad you pointed that out, because I want to make myself clear. I was speaking about protests in general. Okay. But this particular, I'm glad you did that, because this particular protest, I think they got overshadowed by a celebrity.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I don't know what they did to try to combat that. I've seen clips of one of the women, I can't remember which one, coming out and saying basically, dude overtook our protest and we not ending it. We're not this, that, and another.
No doubt.
So I don't know. Okay. So I'm not going to blame them. Not at all. I'm going to actually say that Pastor Bryant was wrong in this situation, and that he has the cachet to be able to go to the people to Target and go to the Target headquarters and say, I spoke to the people and they did X, Y, and Z, and it's time to end this. The question is why he thinks it's time to end it. Now, that's the question.
It's a great question.
Why do you think he ended it, Paul?
Listen, I'll say this, and obviously this goes. I have no definitive information on anything, on nothing. I just have speculation and
opinion
and history, the way certain things would be done, the way that churches and businesses intertwine certain ways. Having the ability to sway people intertwines with certain things. There's a reason that politicians go to churches when they're running. There's a reason that businesses intertwine themselves in certain parts of the community, because there are certain people that have cachet and sway over certain people. So, I'm not saying, all I'm saying is this, like, if all of these people were in cahoots and came up with an agreement together, he's like, well, I respect what these people started out with, so I'm going to consult with them. You know what I'm saying? And then collectively, we're going to say this thing is over. It would be something different. Like I said, without any definitive information, just my heartstrings in my head speaking. That's it.
Man, somebody talk to somebody, bro.
I mean,
somebody talk to somebody.
I mean,
somebody talk to somebody.
And some hands were shaking.
Some hands were shook. Okay, I'm not going to go any further than that. What I will say, though, is that in my very humble opinion, though, I think it is at the point, and to my earlier point,
right,
that I'm not quite sure, and this could be on the people too, by the way. You got to be able to seek your own information.
Right.
I'm not going to just say, if you don't tell people what they do, then we got the internet. Everybody got a supercomputer in their pocket.
Sitting right there. Yeah, right there.
Some of us got on our wrist. Okay. I got glasses on that I can ask questions.
That you can talk to.
Okay. There is a lot of ways to get information.
You can find information.
Yeah, I'm not going to just put this all on, but the majority, when you start something, it is. So all I'm saying is that I'm not sure everyone knew what the end goal was past re-implement your DEI initiatives.
Right.
That demand, even if that's the only demand you know about, right?
Right.
Which is fair enough, by the way.
Right.
If you knew black people need to ride the bus and not have to sit in the back of it, and you didn't know all the other intricacies and other little things that they may have been asking from the bus service or whatever, right? Or whatever protests or anything you could think of, right? As long as you know that it's supposed to be DEI, you took DEI away, we want it back.
We ain't fooling with you. Right, exactly.
That demand was not met.
In the least bit.
And will not be met. So, I have shopped at Target.
Right.
Okay? But if you
I have stolen from Target.
You the man. I have shopped at Target.
Right, right.
But there's no reason, if that is the demand and why you started it, why you started your fast, why they started their straight protest.
Right.
And boycott,
right,
of it, that demand was not met. So there's no reason to come out and say, I've ended the protest.
Right.
Or the fast, or whatever you calling it. There is no reason. Donating to a HBCU, allocating a certain amount of money to the black community, where I ain't got no check with mine. My daughter got a Target shopping cart. Hey. Send me a check. You know so what I'm saying is that
CTC.
Okay, I'll send you my address. You can. I'll Target corporal. I ain't. If it's some money flowing, I ain't seen it. Okay, so the demand was not met. So to end the protest is curious.
Yeah, it seems more. If you look at it from that dimension, it seems more self-serving than anything else. It seems, and like I said, I'm not trying to throw shade or throw aspersions on anything that's happened. I'm just saying that if you're looking through certain matrix, and even in what you just said, like, I mean, one can only come to certain elements of a conclusion. And I, reserve the right to be wrong, but I also reserve the right to be right.
And there it is. So we'll be following up on this. We'll keep up with this one, but this is curious.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is curious. No disrespect to Pastor Bryant. I don't know you.
Yeah.
But this is
Watch
interesting.
yourself out there, buddy.
Hey. Anyway, all right, we'll take a break. We'll be back after this.
No doubt.
If you're enjoying this show, remember to rock with us. Subscribe to the channel, okay? Hit that subscription button. Hit that notification bell. Tell them, P, why it's important.
Man, it's important. We need y'all. We need that algorithm to move for us. We need y'all. We need to, hopefully we can monetize. Help us get there.
Hey, we try to do it all, and we can't do it without you hitting that subscribe button. So hit that button, hit the notification bell, follow us on socials. Everything's at the bottom. All right, back to the show. All right, shouts out to our brother, Bumani Ama.
Love you, bro.
Mr. Read a Book.
Read a mother book.
Read a mother. You censored yourself because you're in the studio, so
You know
you're being a good boy. You're being a
did.
good man.
did.
You censored yourself because you're in the studio, man. Read a motherfucking book, man.
These algorithms.
Yeah, you know what I'm
move
saying?
smooth.
Hey, man, whatever on that,
Move smooth.
man. Hey, listen, the algorithm could take some cussing. You'll be all right. Shouts to Bumani, man. Read a motherfucking book. My man. Gonna get you on this show super soon. Be back in the studio now. So
For sure.
Hey, you sitting on one of these.
You know what I'm
over here
saying?
somewhere.
Come up here and rock with us.
He was on a podcast recently and he said something really interesting. Check out this clip.
And let it run.
Sometimes the best thing you can do as a father is make sure the mother stays sane. Because motherhood is it's hard.
It's hard.
I got to do a better job of making sure my wife stays sane. That's the best thing I can do for my children. As with my ex-wife, I have to do my best. Like I hear people talking about their exes and wanting, and I get wanting revenge on your ex, but if you want your children to do well, no matter how you feel about your ex, if their mother is not doing well,
The kids aren't doing well.
the kids aren't doing well.
They can't be.
So like I get it, like
But and vice versa,
vice versa. But since we're talking to men,
I got you.
we got to talk. We got to
Facts.
Exactly.
I got
so
you.
yes, mama, look out for daddy, because if daddy's not doing well, even if y'all aren't together, you're feeding your daughter. Yes, you're getting her to school, but she knows in the back of her mind that her father's not doing okay, so she's not doing okay. I know if the mother of my children is not doing okay, then they're not doing okay. And so, like, I keep emergency money that for my children, and their mother counts. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she's having an emergency, this one girl I stopped dating, because while I was dating, after I broke up with her, she got a flat tire. And she called me to come get her and help her with her flat tire. And the girl I was dating at the time was with me at the moment. She was like, "Are your kids with her?" I was like, "No." She was like, "Then why are you going out there?" I was like, "Because she's having problems. And if she's having problems, then we're having problems." And she was like, "Nah, like women will try to do that." I was like, "Maybe, but
You got to err on the side of caution.
I'm error on the side of the woman who breastfed my children
Needs help.
It needs help. And I love my children. And so I'm error on the side of I'm gonna help her. You know what I'm saying? And that's the mentality I want.
Okay. This sparked a nice conversation within our group chat.
Yes.
We were originally supposed to have this conversation with Nargis. Maybe we'll be able to revisit it with her. She offered a cool perspective from a woman's point of view. But I did want to talk to you about this because the idea of saying that the mother of your children, the number one job for a man, whether you are married, I want to make it clear, but Monty's saying whether you are married to that woman or not, he's talking about if she is the mother of your children, your responsibility is to make sure she's good, okay? To make sure she's good, because if she's good, the children are good, okay? Nargis made the point, just to offer this counter, Nargis made the point that, yeah, but if you're with somebody, how do you balance that out? Monty made the point in the clip, you heard him, where he said if, you know, he was with a young lady, his kid's mom called and said, like his ex-wife called and said, I think I got a flat or something like that. And he went to her rescue.
And helped her. Yeah.
Even though the woman he was talking to had a major problem with that.
Right.
Where do you stand on that, Paul?
Firstly, let me answer this. I 100% agree that it is anyone's responsibility, any man's responsibility that that has children with any woman or number of women.
Yeah.
It is her mental state, her overall well-being, and all those things are a responsibility of yours, in the vein that your children are with her.
Right.
So the more balanced that she is, the better that she is, the better that she'll be able to comfort and take care of your kids when they're not with you. Right? Now, obviously there has to be a balance. If you like, I can talk about certain things from co-parenting my son with his mother when she was married. I can't talk about it in the vein of me having a one, but I've been in a relationship before. But there definitely has
Have
to be.
you been in a relationship before?
Well,
Sure.
while co-parenting,
and I, you've been in a relationship before.
for a reason.
Had,
but I'm not married. That's my point.
Okay,
That's my point. You know what I'm saying?
You know.
But what I'm saying is, you have to think about that. You have to be completely considerate of that, because both of those relationships deserve respect. But I would hope that someone will be able to understand your point of view of wanting to take care of things for the mother of your children. Not that they have to, because they don't have to, because Nargis gave us a lot of good colorful anecdotes on how she felt about it. But if everything has balance to it, what you were talking about, and everyone has that element of communication, I would hope in a perfect world that those things would be a lot more tolerable, because it is important. And it is, I think it is a father's job to have everything as calm as possible, whether it's with the person you're with or just with the person that spends the majority of time with your children.
Yeah, I agree with that. I actually want to throw another clip in here because I think it broadens the conversation real quick. So check out this clip.
To both of y'all. Y'all both sound dumb as
No, we don't.
You pick your child over your spouse every single time.
If there's a plate of food,
Bro, if both of them are hanging off the side of a cliff, I'm picking my child before I pick up my spouse every single time.
I'm not doing that.
I'm picking my okay.
I'm not doing that.
All right. Next topic. No, because I'm starting to get annoyed.
But you're talking. But okay, the thing is, you're looking from a personal aspect of you have your son solo. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're not going to see my perspective because you're not married.
Yeah.
You've never been married.
Neither have you.
I haven't. But guess what? I don't have a child either. And because of that, my mindset is okay with saying I could choose my spouse first before my kid. You only have a son. You don't have a spouse. If you were married to your baby mother before having a child and you built that relationship in that core, you wouldn't think the same way. You think the same way because your son is all you have.
That's all I need.
Right. But if you were married and with a woman, you wouldn't think that way. You think that's my best friend. I don't want to lose my best friend over anything. You can make another child. You can make another baby.
You pick your child before your spouse, bro.
No, you don't. You picked the person that you said before God that's the one I want to be for the rest of my life. Life, death, do us part, in sickness and in health. You didn't make that commitment with your child. You committed to feed your child.
I'm telling you right now, I hear what you're saying.
You're not.
I do hear what you're saying, because you are. Don't get
Ask
me
the
wrong.
comments.
I hear what you're saying. 100%. I hear what you're saying. However, I'm still picking my child every single
Right.
time.
But that's the issue that we're having with the world right now.
Because a lot of times, let me be honest, a lot of times, Phil, this is not a shot at your marriage either. A lot of times, a lot of people's marriages are conditional love.
Right. And
my child is unconditional love no matter what.
Right.
So
but
I'm picking
what?
my child every time over another person.
When your child hits 13 and they're grown, there will be conditions. You might.
The only time I'm not picking my child is if he does something out of pocket, like kill somebody.
There's parents who still will pick their children when they do stuff like that. They're gonna love them no matter what. They do. That don't mean about the kids. Kids will sometimes be like, my dad was this, my mom was this, and I'm leaving home, I'm never coming back.
But you just said something that agrees with my point. Some parents still pick their child even when their child do crazy ass. They're not picking their spouse if their spouse does crazy ass.
So I throw that clip in there because it broadens it, because to me the simple answer to the other question is, yeah, you got to make sure that your kids are good, and if they're in your child's mother's house, then you got to make sure they're good. As a married man, I could say that I think that even applies to making sure that my wife and the mother of my children is good, because again, we both take care of our children, but, and this may sound like some, like patriarchy, but my job is to take care of them.
Yes.
Right. And so I throw in that other clip because you got a single guy who's, and I'm sorry, a married man with no children debating a single guy with kids or a kid. Right. And and they got two different battling ideologies happening.
Yes.
The guy that's married with no kids is saying, my wife comes first no matter what. He even went as far as to say you can make more kids, which is wild.
It's a wild statement.
Wow.
True, very true statement.
But wow, no.
Very wild.
It's technically true. I know what you mean. I'm not coming at you. I just got to make it real clear why I say that's wow. It's technically true, but also not a guarantee.
Very true.
That's a distant 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Number one, your kids are your kids. I don't make no other kids. Those are my children. My children are my, like, they are my everything. Like, but you don't really understand that until you have kids, and I understand it, right? So you got these two. So he says that, and then you got the guy who has a kid who is not married, who was like, at the end of the day, my kids come first, no matter what. Right?
Period.
And they're both. One is very wrong.
Right.
When it comes to that piece about you can make more kids.
Right. But they both have their areas.
They're both wrong a little bit, and they're both right. Okay. So we went back and forth about this in the group chat last night. I wish we could we had like a Discord or something like
We're
that.
gonna start having
we gotta have something because these conversations we have. Anyway, and Nargis read it as literal, like, if my children are in danger, I'm not saving you. Like if there's a fire in the house, right? And we're all in the house, husband, wife, children, right?
Right.
The job is to get the kids up out of there before it's the job of getting the parent out of there. I mean, the spouse out of there. I agree with that, right? I said to her, even as a man, my focus would be to get them all out, right? But if it were a situation where my wife, God, this was crazy to say, but like, I just couldn't do it. And it was like, get the children. We got to get the kids out.
That's the scenario that they were proposing.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have one choice. Either it's your spouse or it's your kids. You can only save one of them.
Right. But I want to broaden it because those extremes, and of course, you know what I mean? I'm gonna try to get them safe, and I'm gonna, do the man thing and jump in front of the car, jump in front of the bullet and all that every time. But I want to broaden it a bit because it goes to what Bomani was saying. Making sure my wife is good is about more than the kids too. Mm-hmm. And this is me speaking as a married man. I'm not speaking as you're going to be able to offer a totally different perspective as a man who co-parents it. Okay. As a married man, my job is to remind my wife that I am not just the father of her children, but also her partner, her lover, and all of these things, right? And so that's the balance right there. So even in a married household, I have to be able to recognize that my wife is, even if I don't agree with it, even if I don't understand it, even if I think like I'm just as tired as her, I have to make sure that she is in the right mindset. Because she is the maternal figure in the house. She's the mother. And no matter what, your kids love you. They love you equally, I believe. But especially when they're little kids, it is like, mommy. It is a lot of, that's like that natural animal instinct for your mommy to like cuddle up when you hurt. Right. Your mommy, you ask your mommy for food first, for whatever. No matter how many times I say, Augie or Makai, you can ask me. I got you. This like their first instinct is to go, mommy, feed me. Mommy, take care of me. Mommy, I'm hurt. And so, yes, you have to make sure that her head is straight and that you helping as much. And by it, make sure her head is straight doesn't mean she's crazy, nothing like this. It just means that you make sure you
lighten the load
her,
on things,
right? The load as much as you can, 100%. So yes, from a married perspective, I agree with Bomani 100%. What you say from a co-parenting?
I want to send this message to young men. Because we always talk about things, and the only perspective I can ever come from is one of a father, because that's what I am. I co-parented for many years with my son's mother. And one thing that I did know, even in troubling times, you've seen me through all sorts of things, all sorts of, stages when we were really young. And now my son is 26 years old, and I have grandchildren now. But you've literally seen it from him being dropped off at college with me when we were in school.
Yeah.
So you've seen the different stages of things. When we were younger, things were a lot more tumultuous. And what I did know, even in our young age, if she was having a problem, and even if she had to vent and she had to be angry and all those things, I knew that I would always want it rather coming toward my direction than it being sent to him. So whatever she needed to do, whatever ups and downs she need, I remember, and you know this. I remember when so many people would tell me all sorts of stuff. They would be, man, you let her say and do anything. You let her get away with this. You let her do this. When I know that it's my job to protect my child.
Yeah.
So the outside public can think and feel whatever they do. I know this. Firstly, I know this woman intimately. I have a child with her. So I obviously know her differently than you all do. Yeah. And I can understand your perspective on the outside. She does this, she does that. And nah, my ultimate job, even with us having been on child support, being, dictated our days and all that, I let her always know I can never babysit my son. So anytime you needed to drop him off at any time, you can do so. We're not stuck on this regimented thing. This is your day. This isn't your day. If there's something going on with you and you need him to be, then you bring him right here. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Because ultimately, our ultimate job is to protect our child, whether we are in that household or whether we're not in that household. So whatever, and I can talk from a standpoint now of watching certain things come to fruition.
Yeah.
Right? Like before, I was doing it. I was in the midst of doing it. Now, as I look back with the son that's 26 years old and now a father, I can see how, and I'm not even saying it like I'm patting myself on the back or anything. I don't mean it like that. I just mean I know that protective element because Anton and I are able to have conversations now. We're able to talk about how that manifested.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I know that whether you are in that household, and obviously, like you were already talking about, if you have a wife and you have a wife that you have a child with, and you also have other children from previous relationships, obviously there's a line to toe. I'm not telling anyone
children from other relationships.
I'm not saying you. I'm talking about the situation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not having no revelations here, Jen.
No,
but we're talking in general.
In
general.
I do have a stepson though.
Right. Like you all have. That's
yes.
what I mean.
Yeah.
So you have to obviously be cognizant of all parts of your situation.
Yeah.
But as any man that's worth merit, that's not a fuck boy, that's not a person that schemes, it's not someone that's of merit and of salt that cares about what's going on. Right. All elements from your person's mental stability to their element of finance to be sure that you're contributing in the ways that you can and the things that are possible, all the way down to their direct temperament is our job, in my personal opinion.
Definitely. Let me ask a follow-up question then. When does it become toxic? Right? Because we can, and I think that's one thing Nargis was bringing up, that like when are you putting yourself out there too much? When are you not thinking about your own personal mental health? When are you being, and this might be impossible. This last one might be impossible to answer because it depends on the person. When are you being taken advantage of, right? But let's just stick with toxic, and let's just stick with like not minding your own personal mental health and burning yourself out, right? Is it fair to ask yourself that question? Is it fair to say, because we're talking about our kids here, right? And the reason why I ask that is because when people talk about their kids or their family, and I know a lot of women do this, it's my children at the end of the day, I'll do anything. It's my family, I'll do anything, right? And it's a badge to wear. And I think a lot of men do it too. Like at the end of the day, I'm going to jump off a bridge. I'm going to make sure and let's not deal with extremes. I'm going to work 2-3 jobs. I'm going to pick up and go whenever. I'm going to take the L. I'm going to take the L because I have to do it because I am a man. At what point do we, you know what I mean?
The line, and this is the perfect line of questioning. It's perfect because that way I can offer balance and even what I was talking about last time. Understand something. What we're all knowing now that we have begun to have the ability to peer into mental health better.
Right.
We've had the ability to learn the damaging effects from what, generations past thought was the good thing, when it in truth wasn't.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So with all the rah-rah that I just put into the last part of what I just said, that self-same messaging goes into your actual mental health. Right? Now, obviously, we want, as a man, as a father, you want to be there, and your natural instinct is to protect. Is, man, I can do this. Before my accident, I've been in the process of having 2 jobs, of working and like literally going and laying down for 1 hour and getting back up and going to the other job. I've done all those things.
Yeah.
What I would tell you, and like I said, that's why I'm glad you said that. Any young man, any middle-aged man, any person that's parenting, you can't do anything without having yourself right first.
Right.
And I don't mean that in a selfish way for the people that would like take advantage. I mean it that know that, yes, you want to burn the midnight oil to the best of your ability. You want to assume certain roles. You want to be sure, well, I'm covering her mental well good over here. I'm taking care of this. I'm taking care of that. And that is important. That's something that you should carry in your heart and always be that to the best of your ability. But you cannot do it at the expense of yourself. Like, you cannot do it because ultimately you're going to fail.
Yeah.
Because when you break, everybody's going to be at risk. So you're going to have some element of balance. You can't do everything that everyone asks or demand of you.
Right.
Especially in the process when you have to blend it between being with someone and co-parenting a child with someone else. Like, you can't. Like, everything that woman says, you can't just be yes, 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 yes. No. It has to be an element of balance, and wherever you guys come up with, that's the best element of a child. Even in that example that Bomani gave about her tire being messed up, like that, I think that's a matter of opinion and balance in that personal relationship, because there
100%.
are other things that woman could have done. AAA could have been called. Even if you wanted to assist, you could call AAA for her, as opposed to leaving where you are and going to go assist her and then having to come back. You see what I'm saying? So I think that like no, I never want to say, listen, man, pedal to the floor. You do whatever you have to do, and don't matter about nothing that's going on with you. Now that would be disinformation.
Yeah, I agree with you. I last thing I'll say is that I think that even as, like, from a married perspective, you got to communicate with your partner.
Yeah.
You can't get burnt out, and understanding the job of a mother, even if you're an extremely active father, the mother is probably more stressed than you.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's for reasons you can't understand. And some of the reasons I listed earlier, like it's mommy, 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 is just that, you know what I mean? And, even just like the mindset of a mother. And
it might be logical, scientific reasons.
It could be. Yeah. But either way, 100%. But it's, yeah, I mean, post, like
all sorts of things.
Yeah. Yeah. So all these things happen, but you have to, if you are feeling, because I always say this, like, right, you walk around, you try to do everything, you try to be Superman, and then it builds up, and next thing you know, you're yelling at your kids, or you're snapping at your wife,
you're short,
you're not listening, you're not just, you know what I mean, and it's because you're dealing with the shit at work, you're dealing with the shit out and with your podcast, you're dealing with just your friends, you're dealing with things in your relationship,
sickness in your family,
you don't feel great because you're stressed out all the time, whatever, right? Bottom line is, you have to be able to say that. You have to be able to trust your partner enough to say, honey, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling my best right now. Doesn't mean I'm going to let you down. Doesn't mean that I'm going to go lay in bed and you got to take care of everything. I just need you to know, because you're arming her with that information.
There you go.
As a man, and as men, we're not taught to do that at all. We taught to keep it, stuff it in,
brave it out
until you have a heart attack or a stroke. Or you
we're gonna die before the women anyway.
Okay, okay,
and dispel this. And I'm sorry, I didn't even mean to cut you off. But while you are on that note, dispel that happy wife, happy life thing, please.
Nah, man, it's happy spouse, happy house. Man.
Thank you.
It's happy spouse, happy house. It is not happy wife, happy life. My wife may look at this and go, what? But honey, it's not happy wife, happy life. It's happy spouse, happy house, because we both have to be mentally well.
Yeah.
Okay. And as a man in his 40s, the thing I have to start really thinking about, and Wood Harris says something real dope. Stop calling yourself old and stop doing this, right? You know, because if you die in your 40s, you die young, right? And that's the thing, though. I know I got a lot of comrades that are not here anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weird strokes, heart attacks. You know, it's weird. It's a weird thing. Okay. So, yeah, you have to take care of yourself. You have to make one thing my boy said to me. This is the last thing I'm going to say before this, on this. One thing my boy Derek said to me was when my daughter was born, my daughter just turned 3. He was like, yeah, you got to start hitting the gym. You got to start da-da-da-da, right? And I was like, yeah. He was like, think about it, Adam. He's like, you want to be able to play with August? You want to be able to run with August, or you want to just watch her run? And I was like, yeah.
Ooh, hey, Derek, what's happening?
Derek
Let's
dropped one.
go.
He dropped the jewels.
Let's go.
So yeah, man. So you So you got to be, Joe. We need one of them little sound. You can sound sheet. Okay, I bet. No, but seriously, you got to be able to communicate with your wife. You got to be able to communicate with your partner. And in that situation with Bomani, you know, he communicated the best he could, and she wasn't with it. But he
did what he thought was right.
He did what he thought was right. So something to think about, man.
It's something great to think about, and even what you just brought up with what Derek said, all of those things are important. Like you just said, your health is important. You understand what I'm saying? Like the best way to protect your child, and that's something that also begins with self.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So the best way to protect your child, man, you keep yourself as mentally sound as possible, healthy as possible, and extend that all the way out, man, and teach them to do the same thing.
What he said.
Hey.
All right. We'll be right back. Okay. Look at this meme right quick. Look at this. This seems to come up a lot. The idea of how you should dress once you pass 40. 40 is like this weird, like, landmark for everybody. It's like, you know, maybe it's because I'm past 40, right? Maybe it's because I'm past 40. I'm a old head. No, I just said I can't call myself old no more.
You're over 40.
I'm a up.
Right.
I'm a
right.
Up. Okay, I got gray in my beard. You got gray in your beard.
Yeah. I'm a whole grandfather.
Well, yes.
So I'm yeah.
And you were born in 1957, correct?
And I was definitely born in 1978, but that's what's up.
No, you said what? 1948? So you remember, so tell me, like we were talking earlier, like you remember like the Montgomery bus boycott and all that, right? You remember.
Bloody Sunday.
You were there, right? You remember
that's
that,
what
right?
happened to me.
You remember when Mega was that? Nah, man, but so.
Are you about me?
I mean, I'm just trying to be real. You know, you got insight I don't have.
I was born in 1978.
Okay. Yeah, doing disco.
Thank you. Not at birth.
He was born in the disco. Nah, man, but so this thing comes up about how we dress and should you wear this and should you wear that. And look, we don't got to spend a whole lot of time on this. I actually have another thing I want to bring up to you too that I forgot to mention in the post pre-production meeting. I'm just gonna say my thoughts on this. You go for it.
Go for it, because I'm
All right. The obvious answer is wear whatever the fuck you want. Okay? That's the obvious answer. Wear whatever you want. Even what homie got on in that picture. Not Wale.
I wouldn't suggest it.
Hey, wear what you want. Bro.
Yeah.
But just to take it a little, just to broaden it a bit, or just, I don't know, smarten it a bit. I don't know how you want to frame it.
Right. Give it legs.
It wasn't that people just started dressing old. They just kept dressing the way they always dressed. So if you think about your grandfather in his suspenders and his slacks and then like his button-up shirt probably, or sweater or whatever, if you're my age, right? Shouts to my granddad Willie, shouts to my granddad Butler. Two different men when it came to style, right? My granddad Willie, my maternal grandfather was a light-skinned fly dude. You know what I mean? Gold chains, gold watch. I like to wear the little hats. I don't have one on today, but the little hats with the little ropes on them and all that. I call them my Willie hats because that's how my grandfather dressed, right?
Captain's hats.
Yeah, he had the little flip shades, the little Dwayne Wade drinks. You know, he had the driver's gloves, but he definitely wore slacks mostly.
Right.
Okay, he definitely wore like penny loafers or something like that because that's how he dressed as a young man.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't just start dressing a certain way. Now, as you get older, you have to wear clothes that are more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he got rid of the hard bottom Stacey Adams, right? Maybe he got rid of them, right?
Got rid of his gators?
Yeah, gators. And he had to wear like the shoes like the salted bobby because he was like an old man, like in his 70s,
right.
But he still remained him. My granddad Butler grew up in Sandy Spring, Maryland. He grew up farming and doing things like that. My grandfather always gardened. He dressed like a guy that gardened.
Right.
Okay. He wore jeans and like overalls, stuff like that. Things that he could go out in the yard and work
handle business with.
He always dressed like that. My father, okay, who is in his 60s now, right? When he was a young man, he used to wear like band shirts and jeans. As a older man, he wears band shirts and jeans.
Come on.
He may not wear the most uncomfortable sneaker anymore because he's like, I'm 67 years old.
And his feet hurt.
And he got kids.
Right.
Okay. He got kids that range in age. He got one as old as me, and he got I have a sister who's 20.
Right.
Okay. So he's still paying for helping certain stuff out. So he got, he got grandkids. So the money don't fly as much as he ain't broken nothing like that. But you know what I'm trying to say.
Right.
All right. So this idea that there's like this rule that when you turn 35 plus, you have to stop being fly is crazy. The fly that you're seeing on older people was just different. Okay. It's just different. Yeah. All right. So if you want to wear sneakers, Timbs,
like that Jones, right?
Okay. Timbs. If you want to still wear clothes that is considered somewhat fashionable, if you want to dress like Wale, who's a rapper, by the way,
and the whole entertainer,
okay, or if you want to be whole
entertainer,
or if you want to be LL Cool J, or if you want to be anyone that's older and still dresses a certain way, you can, because that's how they've always dressed. So I just want to get that out there because I don't think anyone's saying that. I think the argument is just like, I'm gonna wear whatever I want. And that's the argument. But I don't think anyone's really saying that. Like, no one really changes the way you don't. There's no rule. There's never been a rule that said, well, now you're 40, so now you must wear button-up shirts.
Right.
And some people, I just complimented my boy Derek. I'm gonna let you jump in right into this. I just complimented my boy Derek. My boy Derek plays golf, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he did start wearing all of a sudden like polos and like khakis because he was always dressed like he's about to hit the golf course.
Right.
Some people work a lot, right? So their clothes is just like fit. They just like, I'm not about to buy like weekend clothes and work clothes. I got polos and slacks. That's what I'm wearing.
Their styles merge.
Yeah, I found a way to dress comfortably at work in a nice little hybrid look. It's all dependent, but none of it means there's just some type of rule that says you have to do a thing because you're 40. I would love for us to stop this conversation.
Yeah, knock it
and
off.
I also wish that you will stop participating in respectability politics.
Let's go.
It drives me crazy. It makes me sick.
Let's go.
Don't be dressing up. Don't be looking a certain way because as a black person or a person of color, you think someone outside of that is judging you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. Take it from my 44-year-old ass.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. What's your thoughts, my brother?
Just to piggyback off of that direct part that he just said.
And like you're 60.
I can't, first off, I can't.
You're a real example.
I can't. I can't stand respectability politics. For one, everyone, whether you have on Tim's, whether you have on Air Max, whether you have on what we were talking about earlier,
Stacey Adams.
No, Steve
Madden. That's what
whether you got on Steve
Madden.
Whether you got on Steve Madden. Focus on your actual character.
Yeah.
Above anything. When we go out, mind you, obviously people are going to know as time progresses how to dress according to certain places that you go. Mm-hmm. You understand? I'm not talking about having absolute no decorum or no etiquette in certain things. However, that even with that, the style of certain things as years have progressed dictates different things.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I am 48 years old, and I'm the
you gotta lie, man.
literal age of hip hop.
Uh-huh.
So the way that I dress is, first off, it's so funny to look at like all fashion and styles and different things recycle themselves.
Yeah, really.
You understand what I'm saying? So a
Yeah.
lot of stuff that a lot of these people consider someone dressing
wearing
young.
all stuff.
That's it. Like that's it. You're
Young
wearing
whippersnapper.
like you're wearing like now like Carhartt that we've been wearing
Yeah,
since,
for real.
since
That-
Boss came out with.
Yeah.
Hey yo, I got you
Yes.
Buck Wild Thrills.
Yes.
We now they collab with Jordan. Now Carhartt collabs with other. Now it's like a house. It's like a collaborative hybrid house.
You wanna know how we old? You wanna know how we old?
How you know?
We just bought a Boss, dog.
Boss and R.I.P. Boss.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
R.I.P. Boss. But like, first off, to homie that made the little meme and all that. Listen, man. Adam already said that everyone should wear whatever the hell they choose, right? And I agree with him.
He about to Joe.
And if you personally, my guy, want to bring back Buster Browns, you do that. You understand what I'm saying? You bring back the thin-shelled
Hey,
Buster Browns.
he bringing back 09 club wear.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Change
exactly.
clothes and go.
But- you know what I'm saying? But like to go in and talk about this man and talk about you're tired of people being in their 40s, like just like what are you supposed to do? Like, this is the way I dress.
Yeah.
Like I think it would be more disingenuous to be like, you know what? I turned 42 today. Let me go buy me a whole
I would like a Lacoste, yeah.
shitload of Dockers, and you know what I'm saying? Like that shit, it wouldn't even make any sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was in here, we were rapping with our producers earlier, and he was telling us about how one of his jobs made him wear no lace shoes, which is wild to me. So my man had to be in there with the forced loafs on. You dig what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, man,
That's bad, man.
That's
That's
You know
bad.
what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, like, for people that, like, all of this judgment on what people should do at a certain age, and even like you were talking about, even aging yourself in certain things. Like, if you had a style that was already your style, I'm a 48-year-old grandfather because I had children early.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? My grandkids call me Black Grand Span. They literally do. That's literally what they call me. You know what I'm saying? Like things are different. My parents are great grandparents,
What? Yeah.
and that's not what they call me, Black Grand Span.
I believe you, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just- that's funny.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yeah.
I'm me.
Yes, you
Yeah,
are.
You
Yes,
see
you
what I'm
are.
saying?
Yeah.
My parents are 66 or 67 and
Yeah.
65-year-old great grandparents that still have the ability to run around with their grandkids.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, this is
Pops
it's a new
just
day.
here.
Like
Yep.
you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So like the what you like back in the day 40 or not, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there because I'm sure back in the day the 40 would, like you were saying, were still wearing what they were wearing younger.
Yeah.
You understand? And the times were different. And respectability politics really played a part
Very
of
different.
that.
Yes.
And
yes.
because we are already elevated in thought, we already talked about mental health. We already talked about the places that we are. With all those things being said, knock this silly old shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like knock it off. Like and teach kids and all that to worry about their character, not what they have on.
Be yourself.
You understand what I'm saying?
Be
Like
yourself.
express yourself if that's what you need to do. Understand there's like whatever we do carries whatever element of consequence or reaction that it carries. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, you focus on being a good person and wear whatever the fuck you want.
Boom. Burn, nigga.
And
Got you.
even if it's Buster Brown.
Yeah, got you. That's right. Focus on your character.
Right.
All right.
Niggas.
All right, so I want to throw one more thing out there just real quick.
Let's go.
We're going to be as quick as we can with this one, all right? Look at this meme. All right, a lot of memes today.
Memeing it up.
This is a table of rappers.
Mhm.
Okay? This is a table of rappers. At that table, you have Eminem, you have Lil Wayne, you have Kanye West, you have 50 Cent, you have Jay-Z. Okay? Who else is at the table? Then at the and of course you have Biggie and Tupac at the table. Standing up at the table, waiting for a seat, is Kendrick Lamar. Meme says, Who has to get up in order to let Kendrick Lamar sit down? This is a good follow-up to our last conversation about Dr. Dyson. All right, about Eric Mike Dyson. Okay. I will jump out there first. We had, again, another great conversation. And I know we keep talking about the group chat on this particular episode, but we really had a good conversation in our group chat.
Smooth.
One of our dear co-hosts, Brother Smooth, was launching
completely.
Okay, and said, Tupac has to get up.
All the way wild.
Okay.
Hey, bro, I wish you were here today.
Bro, I wish you were here to defend yourself, but we are just going to talk about you behind your back.
Yeah, and in front of your face. You gonna see?
But we already told him in his face he was wilding and that he's tripping and crazy.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
To me, and I think did I mention Lil Wayne was at the table?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. To me, Tupac, Jay-Z, and Biggie are just like so incredibly safe. It's not even funny. It's not even a conversation. Okay.
In the least bit.
All right. I'll just give my answer real quick. Lil Wayne is safe. Okay. Eminem is safe. Okay. Kanye 50. Kanye West is safe. 50 Cent gets up. In my opinion. Who gets up for you? 50 Cent?
Well, go ahead and, you can dub my face over there. You
just a special effect.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? Like,
now, since that was such a quick answer, all right, let me tell you why 50 Cent gets up, okay? And it's like a conversation. Shouts out to Tory and King Green. Man, we got to get y'all on the show, bro.
For sure.
All right. But shouts out to Tory and King Green. They had a great conversation about this. And for them, it seemed like they did agree on 50 Cent, but the conversation kind of got a little interesting when it came to Eminem and Kanye West. Okay,
that would be the top three for me. Like I could, as much as I love him and as much as I love how he spits and as much as I love all that, like I could counter flip the two just off of. I just could.
No, I feel you. Listen,
I just could.
Eminem,
culture wise,
King Green. This is King Green's thought. So, but Eminem King Green made a great point about Eminem. Eminem's first three albums. See, we. Especially what he's doing now, right? It's just like a lot of like rappity rap. Let me show you how many words I can rap and just and rhyme and this. He has changed, right? But in that, he has got a lot of albums. And by the way, Nas is not at that table, which is bizarre.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, there's a lot of people that should be at that table. Faith should be at that table. Andre should be at that table.
I guess they know Nas need get up for no one.
But I mean, why'd you have to have just that amount of people when you could have just had like all the dope? But anyway, whoever made the meme, sure, whatever.
Right.
But
memes.
Oh, memes. As Chris, you say memes. Anyway, the first three Eminem albums really did tell a story.
Right.
And they really did tell a story about a white rapper who jumps into the space and you want him to be a pop star, but he is trying to say, I'm not a pop star. So that's what a lot of that going at Britney Spears and going at all of these people was about. Right. And he kind of ends that bookends that story with, so he starts it with, hi, my name is, right? And that's like the, MTV picks up everything he's trying to say MTV does, right? Then he ends it with white America, and he's basically making that point, right? And my favorite joint off the third Eminem album, Till I Collapse, when he talks about all the rappers that don't get shine over him, right? So I appreciate that. Those three Eminem albums I think are so important to hip hop. It just happens to be that the white guy did it, okay?
Right.
Kanye West is what Kanye West is now is sad and it's weird and it's all of those things. But you be a hater and a fool.
Yeah, if we're talking strictly about music.
To deny Kanye West's impact on music
and
culture and hip hop from a producer to a rapper. I don't think he's the greatest rapper in the world, but he's good enough to make the amazing music that he makes. And he's had so many sons out there.
Yeah,
no,
he's a hell of a producer.
Kanye West can't go nowhere. Okay, Lil Wayne think what you want about Lil Wayne, where he at now and his MAGA and all that and blah, blah, blah. Lil Wayne, cultural impact, and as an MC is amazing.
Yeah.
He's got the Hot Boy era, Cash Money Hot Boy era, and then the Young Money era. He's got sons. Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne, okay? The other
ain't talking about shit.
Yeah. Now, 50 Cent, the reason why this is a good meme, because it's not like 50 Cent is trash or anything like that at all.
No.
We were talking in the group, and I made the point that 50 Cent, he got some new music coming out. I gotta give it to him. He's got a whole album coming out.
That's what it is.
Whole album coming out. But 50 Cent is hope you all understand what I'm saying, less of a musical icon and more of a cultural icon.
Currently. Mm-hmm.
I think 50 Cent's first 2 albums were the first one is important musically.
Mm-hmm.
The second one was a big hit. But then from then on, his biggest moves weren't necessarily music moves. They were cultural moves.
Mm-hmm.
Vitamin Water,
Business and culture.
G-Unit tank tops,
Mm-hmm.
Beefs, Power, the movie he made, those things, right?
Right.
So
Movies, period.
movies he's
Yeah.
made, right? And
Yeah.
so he has remained a cultural icon, but he's not necessarily lauded or remembered for his music.
Yeah.
So 50 Cent goes.
Yeah, he's not up there musically, in my opinion. I'll just say from myself, like Get Rich or Die Trying is a classic album, and like you said, it was important culturally at that time and all those things. When it comes to just the music, like not the moves he's made, not because I imagine obviously his music propelled him and put him in certain spaces to be that helped him be the man that he is now.
Right.
But I think that he may have been, smart enough to arrive certain places even without the music.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when we're just talking solely about music, even just in this most simplistic form, he's not the spitter that a lot of these other guys are. Like, period. Like he knows.
I do think he's a better rapper than Kanye West.
Well, I know that you think that.
No, just like a pure, just a pure rapper, like a lyricist.
Right,
I think he's a
without
better
the-
lyricist than Kanye West. I definitely believe that. Not than anyone else on that table, though. No.
Right. Even with that, I mean that's debatable.
Okay.
That's debatable. Kanye say some, yeah, okay, I'm with you on that.
Hey.
But like, it's 50 Cent all day for me, man.
Okay.
All day, and like I said, the interchange honorable mention Eminem just for just culture alone. Like, I know how much M spits and all those things, but if I were to remove anyone, I would, like, none of those other guys are gone anywhere. And just because, fuck it, I'm black.
Yeah, it is.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's crazy. But okay, I'm with you,
you know what
though.
I'm saying?
I'm
That's
with
all I'm saying. Like, that's just how I
Don't
am.
hold up your chain.
Come on, man.
All right,
know
let
what
us
time
let
it
us know
is.
what you think in the comments below. We really want to know your thoughts on this one. All right, man. Great show up
For
in
sure.
the studio.
In the stew.
This is
Feeling
dope,
good.
man. I mean, this is a
Feeling
beautiful
good.
spot, man.
You know what I'm saying? With the tumultuous week we've had in the DMV area, from 89 degrees to snow to everything,
next
and
day.
we out here in where we are now and enjoying ourselves. I'm with it, bro.
No, it's good to be outside, man.
Yes.
We're gonna be doing a lot of business with these folks here, man.
Yeah.
That's the link to them in the bottom right there. You could holler at them. You got the information in the bio. Seriously, get with them. They're really cool, man. We're gonna be doing a lot of business. You could get used to seeing us here.
the
We'll have our virtual shows, of course, with Nargis, but we in the building now, so we're happy to be doing that. All right. Remember to follow us on all socials. MSR Pod, Mindstream Radio on Facebook, MSR Pod on Instagram, MSR Pod on Threads, all right? Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, do all of that. Shouts out to all our new subscribers. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much, all right?
Yes. Help us keep climbing, man.
We're on all podcasting platforms. Remember to rate and review the show. Do all of that. 5 stars, as my man Haas said. All of that stuff, all right? Paul, how you feeling?
Feeling great, bro. Feeling absolutely wonderful. Like, I absolutely glad to be back in the studio. Honestly, bro, it fit like virtual is cool because we get it done, and I'm blessed that we have the ability to do so. but vibing in the building is always much better.
It's always good. It's always good
Always
to see
much
you. It's
better.
always good
Come
to
on,
see you in
man.
the flesh,
Come on,
dude.
man. You know what I'm saying? I get to tell you to grow up and stop buying Air Max 95.
Hey, man, I can't help it. I'm just up forever young. All right. I'm out about it. That's Paul Span.
Black Man Span in the building.
Remember to be great. Free DC.
Elevate us.
Up out of here.
Peace.
All right.